Hello, my name is Ekkeking, and this is Chunkness, and welcome to One Chunkman episode 4. So in the last episode, we unlocked this Varrock chunk, the first one right over here. So what we've got to do in this chunk is we need to get some best in slot armors, which I've bought here. I can't wear the adamant yet, so that's why I bought the mithril. I also bought a Batwing book and wand because I could buy it here. And then I just bought long swords because I think they're better than battle axes, and then a battle staff as well, just because it's like best in slot magic and all that. I haven't checked the range store yet, so we can do that together right now. Let's see if there's anything better in here. Um, all I'm seeing is a maple short bow. A yew short bow seems to be the best. I guess the yew shield bow could be as well. I don't quite know about that. I'll probably get a short bow because of the damage, but I'm getting the defense level for that anyways. Um, I'll be back after I put my bank pin in. Right, so we ended up buying some carapace armor and some green D hide. I've bought a body even though I can't wear it. Because it's best in slot as well, together with the U short bow. I'm actually probably gonna buy no, because we've got the charge bow. So what I'm probably going to do now is go to the catacombs, train my defense level up to 40 there. Don't know how, might do it magic, might do it melee, might do it ranged. Don't know yet. I'll decide that. I'll probably do it on the spiders again so I can train some extra crafting. Another thing I've got to do is because I unlock this guy, I can do the first mini quest of the Thieves Guild. So I've got to unlock that caper, see what that unlocks, and then got to do some achievements here and there. I don't know if I can get to any guards that I can pickpocket, because I know this place right over here, this is about where the chunk ends, so I can't get to these guards. And the chunk, oh, the chunk literally ends at about this line here as well. Thinking about the old lady maybe, don't know, somewhere around here it is. So yeah, there are some guards, looks like. So yeah, I'll have to get 40 thieving, I think it is, to pickpocket these guys. Let me have a quick look at that. Yeah, so I'll also have to get 40 thieving, which won't take me very long with the whole cape. Maybe I'll unlock a way to unlock picklocks as well if I do the caper. So I'll definitely be doing all of that. So I just completed all the achievements I can at the moment. I looked through all the medium and hards and stuff as well. Because even though the rules say I only have to complete the lowest level of achievement, I always just complete anything I can at the time. So if I have to do any skilling grinds for it, I won't train it. But if I can just do it, I'll just do it because that makes me get it out of the way. But yeah, done all the achievements in Varrock now. Now I just need to do the caper, see how I'll get on with the thieving grind, and then yeah, probably just train defense, and it's gonna probably be a quick chunk. Just completed the caper, got 1000 thieving XP, and we'll have a look now at what we unlocked. Apparently it is an achievement. I think it's like an overall achievement, not a Lumbridge one. So what has been added? I think just some extra pickpocketing options, which are probably level 24, as that's the requirement you need for this. So I'll probably be opening these gates when I can, just get 40 thieving, and then just get my defense level and we're done. Hit 40 thieving, that was a quick one, wasn't much of a grind, it was over quite quickly because these give quite decent XP for low levels. I think when you reach higher levels it's a bit slower, unless you got a big lock. I know the caper's 41, but I can only get 30 of the 32 pieces I need in the chunks I got, I think. So I don't need to actually get the 41. If I do unlock the other Lumbridge Swamp chunk, which I don't want, or the Elgarit chunk, which I don't want either for different reasons than them, I can complete it, but those are two chunks I do not want to unlock, so fingers crossed I don't when I'm gonna unlock them. So now I just need to get 40 defense, and then yeah, we're done with this chunk. Well, training defense, we got 37 prayer, which means we've unlocked protect from magic, so that's pretty good, getting one of the first protection prayers. It's not going to be as useful as it is in old school, as protection prayers are only 50% in RS3, but I mean, still really good. Still a really good prayer. Right, this is the map. Let's get on with the roll. We've numbered 1 to 11, because these are all the chunks we can access. So yeah, let's get that roll done with. We'll generate a chunk. And we generate chunk 1 again, which means Varrock Castle. It also unlocks us. Well, let's zoom in on this. So it unlocks a Varrock Castle, which is Ivy, which is 68 woodcutting. So we'll have to have a look at that. I think I've got 68, not sure, but I might have to get a few levels. Locks us an estate agent, but we haven't got anything else yet. It'll get us in the wilderness soon, which I'm not looking forward to or too much. Got ourselves another tree patch. We've got ourselves the church, which I don't know. I think this lays in, so I might be able to do Demon Slayer, which then means I can start Dimensions of Disaster, which then means I can do Dimensions of Disaster Demon Slayer. So those are things I might have to unlock. Probably some achievements. We've unlocked the Varrock sewers, so there might be something in there as well that's quite big, but yeah, not a bad chunk. The way it's looking, we might be able to go towards Demonheim, which would be a big grind because we need to get all the weapons of it, which is quite big. We don't have to get the necklaces because the Holy Emblem actually gives a bigger prayer bonus, meaning it's better, weirdly enough, even though it shouldn't be, but I look at items individually, and the Dungeoneering necklaces, it's like a combination of items for them to be good. But yeah, chunk number 1, it's not a bad one. So I've looked about in the chunk. I've done some achievements here and there. I'm just gonna try to steal this cup of tea because I need one for an achievement. I've got 68 woodcutting, didn't even know that, I thought I had 66. So that's alright, I don't have to do anything about that. However, I do think I can do Demon Slayer because I think it is confined to this area. I'll just start it, and if I can't finish it, I can't finish it. It's just the way it is. There's for the rest not much to do in the chunk. Don't think there's any best in slots that are being dropped in the sewers. The only thing I need to be there for is for an achievement. I need like red spider eggs and stuff from there. So if I've done that, I can probably just roll a chunk pretty quickly after this one. So it's just because I've got skills and we're in a city, so I usually don't need to unlock too much more anymore. Because 68 woodcutting is the highest thing in this chunk, but I've already got it. So it's just a grind I don't have to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I might just totally finish this chunk, or maybe show you the Ender Dragon Demon Slayer, and then we'll probably be rolling a new chunk. Just completed Orlando's little exam for some good old, if he wants to give it to me, for some good old 1000 Slayer XP, 1100 XP. Couldn't forget about that, you know, something very basic you do when you really start the game and become a member. So yeah, done Orlando's little thing, got 9 Slayer and 9 Hunter. Doesn't really unlock me anything too nice, and then crawling and then cave bugs, but I can't unlock any of them anyways, so yeah, that's another part of the chunk done. Just completed Demon Slayer quest. I think that's the end of the chunk as well, so we'll be rolling a new chunk now. Right, so we'll be rolling our new chunk. So I've numbered them 1 to 13. Now, if you're counting with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I've said when I get 10 chunks, I'll give myself a blacklist chunk. So I'm gonna do that. After that, I will double that, so I'll need 20 chunks. And then I'll need 30 chunks. So I'm not gonna double it. I'm always gonna add 10. So I get the next blacklist chunks I get is that when I've got 30 chunks, and then when I've got 60 chunks, then when I've got 100 chunks, so always 10 more than I previously needed. And I can only use a blacklist chunk when I'm right next to it, so I can't blacklist anything if it's not one of the ones I can actually use. I don't want to know if I want to use a blacklist chunk as just a free reroll or as a permanent ban. Currently it's just going to be a permanent ban, so that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, enough about that. Let's get rolling. 1 to 13, generate a chunk 2, which is the lumber yard. Now, I don't think there's anything particular in the lumber yard. I've not got the Soul's Bane bit, so this might literally just be an instant reroll after some achievements. So I just completed the 2 achievements I had to do in this chunk. Went into the Earth Altar and made a blank at the sawmill. I think that's all there is to it. I'll have another look, but we'll probably be rolling a new chunk in the next clip. Right, so we're at the chunk map again. I've just added the blacklist option. I've got 1 chunk to blacklist. I've numbered again 1 to 14. Um, Nothing stands out from what was there before. We've got 2 chunks in the wilderness. There's one thing I did notice. There's like Spirit Summer or whatever, the wilderness quests. I know a lot of it's instanced, but the instances are in the wilderness, so I don't know if I want to do that because I don't know if it's considered in my chunk because I get instanced into it. So I've just not done them because I know in some of them you gotta like move from the instance to the actual spot in the wilderness. So yeah, we'll just be rolling a new chunk. We've got the random number generated from 1 to 14. We're generating 1 and we're generating 4, which is this one right over here. Unlocking us just this little slither of Farrock. Unlocking us the first cellar, but I don't want to forget about first. And then the divination area, and I think a Soul's Bane. Yeah, a Soul's Bane. So we've got to complete a Soul's Bane quest, and that's again probably going to be it for this chunk. And that's a Soul's Bane complete, which is the last thing we had to do for this chunk as well. Well, it was also the only thing we had to do, I think. And then now we can roll a new chunk. Right, so we've got the map in front of us, numbered 1 to 14. We've still got our blacklist chunk, but I don't think there's any I want to blacklist in this list. So let's just go ahead, roll chunk 8, which is the Alcarid chunk. It's not that bad because we've got the blacklist counter now. It's not preferable, but yeah, it's not too bad. I'll just have to have a look what's in there. I think the chunk itself doesn't have to do much, except for maybe some gear upgrades and all that, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Just at 65 to even. The reason we needed to get that was for the squirrel juices in Alcarid. I don't really have to do it because I'm not really doing mini game stuff. However, I thought I'd just get the skill anyway, so I'm definitely certain I've done the skill requirements. I've also forgotten to do the first quest of Dimension of Disaster and the Farrock chunk, so I'm quickly gonna do that before we roll a new chunk. Right, just finished Dimension of Disaster, Corner of the Realm, which is the first quest of Dimension of Disaster. I can't do any of the other quests yet, so on that we can start rolling a new chunk now. Right, got the chunk map in front of us again. We've numbered them 1 to 15. Some chunks I don't want. Don't want 5 because it'll lock me in an elder tree. I do not want 11 for the same reason. Don't quite want 12 because there's an elder tree in this chunk. However, I do want to get into Falador, so the only reason I can get that is to go through here. So that will probably be the path I want. Yeah. So don't know what I want. So I'm just gonna get the rolling at chunks, see what I get. Hope I don't get any of those chunks because that would be quite bad. But yeah, let's generate 15. 15 is... What is 15? 15 is the Chronic Change, as far as I'm aware. There's nothing to do in the Gronic change, but I'll check it out anyways. As I suspected, there's nothing in the Grand Exchange chunk, so let's just roll another one. So right, let's get to it. Rolling 1 to 16, and we rolled 13. 13 is the Champions Guild chunk. Unlock me Champions Guild, it will unlock me the mines. It could potentially unlock me a way to get the Falador through the top of Draenor Manor. So yeah, let me have a look at what ores I can get there, and then yeah, see where we go from there. So in this mine, we've got some iron rocks, we've got some mithril rocks as well, and that about does it. There's some copper, but which is not important. Meaning, I've got all the requirements smithing wise, and we just hit 700 total. That's nice. So yeah, we've got all the requirements smithing wise, but we do have to get, I believe it is 30 mining for mithril nowadays. I'm not sure. Let me have a quick look at that. Um, so if I look at milestones, 20 is silver, 20 is coal. Yeah, 30 is mithril. So we'll just have to get 30 on these iron rocks, which isn't too bad a grind, and then after that we'll be able to supposedly roll a new chunk. I'll still have to look at an achievement here and there. I just unlocked one from actually mining the iron, so I think that is really about it in this chunk. Doesn't seem to be anything special. So we just hit 30 mining, um, which means we're done with the chunk. But I don't think I'll be able to roll a new chunk, and I'm gonna show you guys in a sec. Right, we've arrived at the problem area. It's this elder tree. Now, for people who don't know what an elder tree is, if you're like from old school or whatever, it's a new organic tree which requires 90 woodcutting. Now, the core of this tree lies inside the chunk, but a few of these branches lie outside of it. So I've always thought that I don't have to cut it because it's not fully in the chunk. Because I always assumed it was the chunk ended at about this wall, which would mean, I've only got a little bit of the chunk. But it's not, it's this wall over here which gets more of the tree in, leaving more than half of the tree in, making me think I should cut it, because to me, it needs to be fully in it for me to be able to chop it, in my opinion. Even on the map, the core of it is actually inside this chunk. I always thought it was in the chunk next to it with this mine. So what I am gonna do is I am just gonna roll a new chunk. I will end the episode after that, and then I'll hear about opinions. So if I don't get any opinions, I don't know what I'll do. I'll maybe just try and get the level unless I get the chunk next to it, which guarantees I'll have to get it. If not, I'm just gonna have to train it to level 90, which would mean getting 90 woodcutting, which I've already marked. I've been doing a little woodcutting towards it. I'm 70 now. 90 fletching and 90 fire making, which is a massive grind, which would take absolutely forever. So I might just do 5 levels each chunk of woodcutting, and then just train the others with it. Every chunk I unlock, just because I'm uncertain what to do with it. Because to me, it's only a thing if the whole thing's in the chunk. If part of it's in the chunk, I don't count it. So yeah, I don't know what to do about that. If I do end up making it part of this chunk, I am going to use all the chunks I've got currently unlocked to train woodcutting. I think the chunk I'm training woodcutting in currently is the Lumbridge Crater one, I think, or it's the flour mill one. Don't know which one of the two it is. There's 3 willow trees that are on a little lake. It's better than the one willow tree in Lumbridge. The reason I'm doing it there is because it's better than the one Willow Tree and Lumbridge. I'm still banking. It's a bit of a longer trip, but I think it is probably worth it. So yeah, I'll just be rolling a chunk. Right, we're at the chunk map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 chunks that we can possibly unlock. I will roll, however, I am gonna roll this chunk, but I'm not gonna allow myself to get in it yet without knowing what to do with the Elder Tree. Just a little side note, but I am gonna roll it. So yeah, without further ado, we'll go to random.org, generate a number between 1 and 16, where we roll 9. 9, eh? That gets us really close to the Calphite Queen, which is something I am not looking forward to. So yeah, we've unlocked chunk 9. So let's have a little zoom. I think there's literally nothing in it. So, I'm just gonna set this map up again, and then we're going to have to, roll again. Right, got the chunk map in front of us again, now number 1 to 18. This one's actually unlocked as 3 new chunks, which is quite rare at this moment in time. Usually we only unlock like 2 new chunks, because usually we've got an adjacent chunk which already unlocked one of the chunks. So yeah, we'll instantly go rolling again and hope we don't roll 11. We roll number 4, which is the dick side. That's an interesting one. Again, I don't think there's anything in there, but I'll have a look on that, and then we might have to roll again. We'll just keep rolling until we get to a chunk we can actually do something in, or a collection of chunks when we have to start doing something. Right, so in this chunk, we've unlocked this ancient temple thingy in the dig side because of how stuff has moved around now. I've always looked at this as some sort of mini game, and as a mini game, it's tertiary. I shouldn't be required to get the skills. I've done it with the Scrig juice for Alcarid. That's because I hate thieving so much. I just wanted to get some levels out of the way. Now this one, there's divination, agility, and craft and mining. Now can't train divination. Can't train agility, but I can train mining. Now, again, this is capped, so that's also a thing. So to me, it's tertiary, meaning I don't have to do this because I think it's also a completionist requirement, and to me, I'm just looking at base achievements, not completionist. So all I care about is like the achievement diary, not what I would require for completion escape. So maybe at one point that will become part of the account, but it's not how it is right now. So currently, I don't think I should do this. Now, however, now that I've got this grind that I could potentially have, I am not going to roll a new chunk. And another thing is, I think this chunk allows me access to the archaeology islands, or whatever they're called. I've not visited them on any of my accounts, because I've just not looked into the update yet. So I don't know how to divide that into chunks. So currently I think I've just numbered it chunk 18. But I don't quite know what I want to do with those islands because they're not on the map. I don't quite know how big they are, and I can get a comparison. So see how big a chunk is and then just kind of lay it over the map. And then roll chunks. Now, I think I can't do anything on those islands anyways. Because they've got like base 60 requirements. So I don't know if it's useful for me to unlock them. So yeah, I'm a bit confused about all of that. So again, so we're at the little pond I was talking about before where I train woodcutting. Just to show it off a bit, it's just 3 willow trees, and then I run to the bank that's in the crater over there. Um, so with this, I'm gonna be ending the episode. I am gonna probably start streaming on Twitch soon because I've got quite a long grind ahead of me, so there might not be an episode in a while if I don't get any feedback and I decide to actually do both the mining and woodcutting grind. Not sure about the mining one, even though it's very insignificant compared to the woodcutting one. But yeah, with that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I hope to see all you guys in the next video.